Alright guys, welcome back to another video. I'm loving doing these videos in the morning. This is when my mind is the most fresh. This is when I get most of my brain work done, is early mornings. This is when I have my most thoughts and things that I want to accomplish, or ideas that I have, is always right in the morning. So, loving doing these videos. Today I want to talk about a concept that's going to be something really good for your life, and that is learn how to say no. Whether it's something that you can't do or something that you just don't want to do, we as human beings have an ability that we don't like to disappoint people. And so we end up saying yes to a lot of things that we really don't want to say yes to, just because we don't want to hurt the other person's feelings. Or we feel like it's a situation that we have to do something, when in reality, if we really examine it, we don't have to do everything. And that's another concept, is you don't have to do everything. And you don't have to say yes to everything. Like, you can say no to things and it's okay. And it would be better to say no to something or someone right in the moment, rather than to back out of something down the road because you just really didn't want to do it. Or what's worse, what I used to do is, when it came time to me having to fulfill something I said yes to, I would just be so dreading doing it and just not enjoying it at all, to the point where I was just like, oh my God, I gotta go do this thing. I should have said no, man. I just should have said no. I should have not agreed to this. And here we are. Now I've agreed to it, and now I gotta go through with it. It is the biggest thing you can do for yourself, is just learn how to say no and be okay with it. I'm going to give you an example. I knew a person who just couldn't say no to anything and couldn't say no to anybody. And they agreed to do a birthday party for a friend of theirs for their kid. And because they didn't want to say no to the person, and they felt bad, and they felt, oh, I just don't want to disappoint them. And so they said yes, even though they said to me right after they said yes, yeah, I don't really want to do this. I just said yes because, I really good friends with this person. I just didn't want to disappoint them and make them unhappy. So they said yes to it. And the birthday party came, and they still didn't want to do it. And they ended up not showing up and canceling because they just dreaded doing what they obligated themselves to do, when all they had to do was just say no initially. Yes, it's going to hurt the person's feelings, and yes, it's going to initially have a little bit of a sting associated to the person when you say no. Yeah, I just can't do that. Initially, it's going to have that sting, but that's way better. Trust me on this. It's way better than the regret that you're going to feel down the road when you come upon that thing you agreed to do, and now you have to go through it anyways, even though you knew you didn't want to do it, or you knew it wasn't the right situation for you. The regret is going to be way heavier than that initial sting and disappointment that you see in the person's eyes when you say, yeah, I just can't do that. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't do that. So be willing to say no to something that you know in your heart you don't want to do, or that you can't do, or you don't have time for. This is another thing that we do, is we say yes to things that we know we don't have time to do. We know we don't have time to do, but we still say yes. And then when it comes upon the time to have to do something, we're like, oh God, I gotta go do this now because I said yes to this. So just be willing to say no in the moment, and be willing to take a little bit of that sting from the initial disappointment. A lot of people don't like me because I'm very blunt and I'm very direct, and if someone asks me to do something and I don't want to do it, I just say, yeah, I'm sorry, I just can't do that. And I'll say it so matter-of-factly at this point, because I'm so in tune with my own body now, and I'm so in tune with what I want to do and what I don't want to do and what I can't do and what I'd like to do, but I just know realistically I don't have the time to do, or I can't do. I'm so in tune with that now that I'll just tell people right off the bat. I'll just say, hey, yeah, I can't do that. Unfortunately, I can't do that. I would love to do it, but I just can't. So be willing to do that. I'm telling you guys, you will find the most liberating feeling when you're something that you're being asked to fulfill, or something that you're asked to do, and you know you can't do it, and you just say, yeah, unfortunately, I can't do it. And when the conversation's over, you're going to walk away being like, oh, I'm so glad I said no to that. Just trust me on that. That's my advice for you guys today. Be in tune with yourself and just learn how to say no to things that you just want to say no to. And it's okay. It doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you an honest person. It's better to be honest than to be fake. So that's my tip for you guys today. Love you, sweet Sue.